What am I going to do with this mess? Welcome back to the workshop, folks. This is a charging station and battery storage I just built to help organize my shed. Let me show you its features. It's got the battery caddy that I made in another video. It's got the power strip, obviously, for plugging in all my chargers. It's got mounting for my drill charger, room for a second drill battery charger if I get a different brand or something, or another one of these. It's got plenty of room for my Eneloop battery chargers and my 18650. Furthermore, I integrated the light. Just for the heck of it. Down here is its tray with a lip that can hold tablets, cell phones, etc. while they charge. Underneath that is a storage compartment for miscellaneous chargers that I don't use very often, as well as spare batteries that aren't mounted up here. And it has pass-through slots for the cords so that they can go to the back. And lastly, to help keep things organized, in the back is a recessed area for the cords to be neatly organized. Here's a quick overview of how I made it. I begin by experimenting with the layout of my chargers and measuring the necessary footprint. Next, I cut my stock to length, first establishing a knife wall, and then carefully sawing it. Then I clean up the ends on my shooting board. The back panels are made from a 1x12 and a 1x8. These are attached to the side panels using a rabbet that is inset to a dado on the side panel. I start by laying out a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch section that I'm going to remove. Then I establish a knife wall, and then cut down to it with my saw and remove the waste with a chisel. This could easily be done with a combination plane, but in this case I wanted to try out the nicker on my new rabbeting block plane. Well, that worked out even better than expected. And then do the same on a 1x8. Side is going to be made out of 1x6, and on the back there's going to be a gap for cord pass through, the bottom and the top. And there will also be a rabbet in the side piece that holds the back panels away from the wall slightly for cord pass through. We'll also put a little notch up here for the joint with the top panel. A plow plane or combination plane makes quick work of this joinery. On the top edge of the side panel, I remove a 1/4 inch by 1 inch section for interfacing with the top panel. The sides need to be an L shape to make room in the bottom compartment. So here I've glued 1x6 to each side. I'm doing this simultaneously in kind of a mirrored fashion to help keep everything parallel. So after the front's mounted, there's going to be a panel that sits over here covering this area at an angle. So we'll want to cut these ends to match that angle. Let's mark that now with a straight edge. From the top edge of this to the top edge of the front. No. That gets in the way. So from our mark here to the top edge back there, I'm going to put my head in the way. This line extends from the backboard to the back of the front panel. And then the front panel will have to be beveled at that same angle to make a nice tight seal to keep dust out. To cut odd angles like this, it helps to orient them completely plumb because your body's more used to cutting that way. To clean up the saw marks, I use this little homemade chisel plane. The top is a 1x8 which extends past the side panels in 3 directions. The top panel contains 2 stop dados which receive the top ends of the side panels. To lay out these dados, I carefully center one of the back panels in the piece that will become the top panel. Next, I reference off the inside of the rabbet on the back panel to mark the inside of the stop dado, as both of those points reference the inside face of the side panel. Next, I use the side panel itself and not a measurement to lay out the exact width of the stop dado. For a great guide on this specific joint, check out Paul Seller's shaker clock tutorial on YouTube. Using my marking gauge, I transfer the depth from the side panel to the back face of the top panel. Now I establish a knife wall.
You don't yell at them, right? You're like, can you point me to your code of conduct? Maybe I'm just not seeing it on your site. And then you give them some room to respond and see what their answer is. They might literally say, oh yeah, we've really been working on that. Like we have a whole task group on it. We haven't uploaded it yet. Thank you for the push. I had to get it uploaded together.
After having put a knife wall on either side, I remove the middle material with a narrow chisel and then repeat the process until I am near depth. up a little bit.
heavier in January.
A router plane is used to dial everything into the exact depth.
Family, and I just did a couple of days. I'm here. They're happy to provide.
And the end result is a precise fit.
We've been having a lot of fun giving these away. I'm not gonna lie.
And to finish off the top, I round off the ends and front edge. Thanks for watching. We'll finish this charging station next week in part 2. Stay tuned.